Hey everyone, this is Keith at Gaming Trend, and I'm at the Origins Game Fair here at the Arcane Wonders booth, and I'm here with Scott Morris, and we are going to talk about some new and upcoming things in Mage Wars, as well as some original games that they have coming out really soon. But first, their big announcement is Mage Wars Domination. And if you can explain a little bit more about that, Scott?
Sure, yeah. So Domination's pre-releasing here at Origins. It's going to full release in about a month after this in July. The really exciting thing about this is that Mage Wars in the past has taken place on a static environment. You've always had a 4x3 board, and that's where you're playing it. This introduces these puzzle cut tiles, and as you can see here, we've got a little bit of a different design than a normal 4x3 layout. You can make any design you want to make with this. There's actually 20 tiles that are in the set, and you'll notice that some of them have artwork on them, and some of them have a little logo on it. The ones that have logos will have in-game rules as well for advanced rules, so this might be an acid pool that might affect you if you go into that. This might be a summoning circle that might allow dark mages to be able to bring creatures in, so it can shake up the game quite a bit. But aside from just physically shaking up the game, it also adds the domination rules, which is going to be an entire new way to play. So today when we play Mage Wars, I have to defeat you by getting your health down to 0. Today, you can use these Vitar orbs, and these Guardians are going to try to protect them. Once you kill these Guardians and get them off the board, then the orbs activate and turn on, and then you have the opportunity to get points from them. So instead of just coming in and killing you, I could win off of a point victory, very similar to like video game domination modes have been in the past. But these guys are beasts because they're going to strike back. They're not just little puppies sitting there guarding their little toys. So yeah, they're going to come back and hit you pretty hard.
Yeah, so. I mean, I see here they have a pretty decent sized amount of health there. So
yeah, the big thing about them is that they get a guard marker at the end of every turn. So if you hit them with a melee attack, they're going to counter strike back, and they're going to hurt you pretty bad. So it's pretty fun. And the nice thing about that is, like for example, I have a spell book that I run a lot in Arena that only uses one creature. So in this game, once you defeat the Orb Guardians, you have to have a creature in the zone where the orb is on to be able to get the point. So if I only have one creature and my mage, the most points I could ever get each turn is 2. And if you're playing on a larger map with more orbs, you're going to want more creatures, right? So it forces you to kind of rethink your strategy of your spellbook and give you a whole new way to play.
How big are the typical board sizes for Domination?
They can range as small as just 4 all the way up to using all 20. In fact, with all 20, we've seen people put all 20 pieces together and go for a very big multiplayer game. So they'll do like, 3 and 4 player games. It's a lot of fun. So, and that's kind of the beauty of it, is it lets you take it at your own pace. We've had a lot of people tell us, they love Mage Wars, but they have a little bit of a problem getting their friends to play with them because it looks so complex. When you boil it down to a 4-zone board, it doesn't become as complex anymore, right? So it gives you an opportunity to teach in a smaller environment too, which is really, really fun.
Yeah, and it offers more opportunities for coming out with sets later on with
exactly
more.
We have a whole plan with the Battlegrounds expansion line that we're going to introduce new mechanics. The next one we're actually working on for next year is going to be like a dungeon crawl. So you're going to be able to set up a dungeon and actually have objectives going through, which is going to be really exciting.
Yeah, I love it. It's a totally new way to play, but you don't have to buy an entire new game or a new set.
Exactly.
To do it.
Yeah, you reuse your investment, right?
Exactly. Yep. And that's something that Mage Wars has done a very good job of ever since.
Thank you. That's our goal. That's our goal. Make fun, right?
Yes, exactly.
Yep.
So besides Domination, we have the Mage Wars Arena, which is the core set, which is the original game, just in a new box. More standard square size box.
More shelf friendly, yes.
Yeah, my wife hates that box on top of our bookshelf.
It's huge, yeah, it was gigantic. Both fans and retailers have loved the new box size, so that's been really good. Yeah.
And then Academy is a new way to play, and now that's not here yet. Right?
We actually have a prototype of it on one of the bar tables. Academy is really exciting because it's going to be its own standalone game. So you're going to be able to get into Academy, play that, and if that's all you ever want to play, that's perfect. But if you ever decide you want to go into Arena and move up, your investment comes with you, and all those cards are compatible inside of Arena. And it's really nice. It's completely boardless. There's no boards to play on whatsoever. I play my cards in front of me. You play your cards in front of you. We basically exhaust or activate our characters to attack each other. It still has the spellbook mechanic though, so you have the strategic choices and the options of what you want to do, but it plays in a lot faster time frame. Average game of Mage Wars takes about an hour to an hour and a half. Average game of Mage Wars Academy takes about 20 to 30 minutes.
So that's even like lunch break friendly.
Exactamundo, exactly.
And I'm sure that it's a good way to introduce people to Mage Wars before getting out the big board. You
Yes.
get them accustomed to the system and then say, okay, let's get out the map.
Exactly, exactly. And again, with the cards moving with you, if you decide to go into the larger scope of Arena, you're ready to go, which is really, really awesome. Now, if somebody wants to just play Academy and that's all they ever want to do, that's perfect too, because we're going to keep having expansions for it. In fact, so the core set comes in a box that's about the size of Druid versus Necromancer with the expansion. It's $29.99 price point. We're going to pre-release at Gen Con, and then we're going to have a full release a little bit after Gen Con. But the nice thing about it is the expansions are going to be very small packs. So you're going to be somewhere between like $12 and $15 for the packs. You'll get a new mage, you'll get new cards for that mage, and then additional cards that you can intermix with your other mages. So all around, it's going to be a lower price point, lower barriers to entry, more portability, more fun. So experienced players could enjoy it, new players could enjoy it, and we think it's going to really round out kind of the family of Mage Wars and make it really complete. So.
Yeah. I know that there has been some talk about a new expansion. I don't know if you can really say anything about that yet or not.
Yeah. So we've actually been talking about it a while. I mean, so Paladin versus Siren is the next big expansion for Mage Wars proper. It's going to be very exciting. It's going to come out later this year, probably October, November timeframe. Right now, we don't have a hard date on it yet. So while I will say don't hold my feet to the fire, I know everyone will hold my feet to the fire. It's very exciting because the defrost has been something that's been in the game since the core set, but there hasn't really been any kind of mages based around the defrost mechanic, and the Siren's going to have that as part of her repertoire. The Paladin, of course, is going to be very much what people expect, sword and board, kind of deal and heal kind of stuff. He's my favorite. He's a tank and he's awesome. And I think when players sit down and play him, they're going to go, yes, this is what a Paladin is. Whether you're a role player, whether you're a video gamer, whether you're a board gamer, that's what a Paladin is supposed to do, right? So I think we're really looking forward to that.
I've been looking forward to the Paladin since I've heard about it.
Yeah, you just pick 2 spells out.
Come on!
I know. We've been like, yeah. And actually, I mean, the Siren's been the one that's kind of held us up. Because we want to make sure that her powers and what she does coming into the world matches with the rest of the cards and doesn't break anything. So if there's anything anyone knows about us, we're perfectionists, right? We want everyone's experience to be superb.
And you have so many different mages out that you want to have balance between all of them. Exactly. You've done a very good job.
Thank you. Yeah, we're very happy with it. So lots of stuff coming.
Okay, and now we're talking here at the Arcane Wonders booth about the Dice Tower Essentials line, and here we have a prototype of Onitama.
Yeah, it's killer to say, but yeah, this is a really fun game that we're looking forward to. Tom actually found this game in Japan. It's from a company called Conception, and we partnered with them, and we're very happy to be working with them. It's a very, very simple game. The idea is that you control a spirit monk and his spirit followers, and you have a set of cards that will tell you how you can move. So the black piece indicates where your piece starts, and the colored places indicate where you can move your character. The challenge is you either want to capture your opponent's main monk, or you want to get your monk into your opponent's starting space. Either one of those can win you victory. Now the trick is, you take those 16 cards and shuffle them up. You deal 2 to each player face up, and then a 5th card that's kind of a community card. What happens is as you make your move, you exchange your card that you used to move with the card off to the side. So if I wanted to open up with the horse and move my character over here, I would then put the horse in the center and take the tiger that was there. So I know that my opponent is going to have access to this move in at least 2 turns. Because on his turn he's going to take either the rooster or the dog and move, and then exchange it with the horse. So it subliminally starts to have your brain think like a chess player. There's only a finite number of moves, and you understand what that's going to be because it's all open information. And from there, it's a matter of going at it and trying to capture each other's pieces or get your main piece to the other side in the starting position. Literally can play, as we just saw a couple of seconds ago, can play in 5 minutes. Average game time is probably more like 8 to 10 minutes, but it's really fun. It's something that's an abstract two-player game. You could play it, just sitting around the house as a filler game. You could play it all night like we have, which has been a lot of fun. In fact, the first time I ever played the game was at Gen Con last year. Tom brought it to us, and we sat down and we were playing it. We played 8 games in 20 minutes. It was amazing. Once you figured it out, we were just like, go, 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 go. It's just a lot of fun, a lot of fun.
And the great thing is that because you have the different sets of cards, it helps make the game more replayable. That you aren't going to see the same 5 cards every time you play. It's going to be different.
Very different. And it's really interesting. I had there was a person that came by the booth yesterday. They made a really interesting comment. I thought this was really keen. He said, your game actually has replayability, not modularity. And he said a lot of games have these stigmas of, oh, we have great replayability, but they're really just modularizing what happens in the game. Whereas the strategies change every single game, even within the same cards. Once you play a game with the 5 cards you played with, you can see where you made mistakes and what you would change, and suddenly you play another game with the same 5 cards, and the order in which you play them changes it up completely. So yeah, we really believe this is going to be a big hit, so we're really happy about it.
And then upcoming in the Dice Tower Essentials line is Royals.
Yep, we got 2 other games. So Royals is going to come out later this year as well. That's designed by Peter Hawes, who did Francis Drake and Triassic Terror. It is a really, really cool game. You're collecting cards to influence different areas of Europe, and then while influencing those areas, you have the potential to influence the members of the royal party. And depending on when and where you influence them, you get victory points on them. So there's a little bit of set collection and a little bit of influence going on. Unfortunately, we don't have a copy here. It's here somewhere. We just don't have it like in the booth. Apparently, someone's taken it. But very, very fun game. And what I've told everybody is, if you like Ticket to Ride, you'll love Royals. So we're looking forward to that. And then the next one is City of Gear. That was the second one that we announced for the line, and we've been developing that for the last year with the designer. Really, really excited about this game because it's very different from any game that I personally ever played. It is a worker placement Euro-style game, but it plays 4 players in 45 minutes. So it's not a 3-hour engine building, I lost at the end of the 3 hours because I didn't do that one move. It gives you a full feeling of exploration, engine building, resource management, but does it in a very, very fast time frame, which is really, really fun. It's a 2 to 4 player game set in a really beautiful steampunk fantasy universe. The idea is that it's a city that was being built as a beacon to all of mankind, and the architect who was building it passed away, and then we are now entrepreneurs who are coming to the city to finish it off. So we have to use our workers to move out into the city, gain new abilities, gain new resources, and gain prestige, which will be ultimately the victory points that you score to win. So really looking forward to that. And Chris is a great designer. He did Roll For It for Calliope Games. He did Train Maker for Grey Gnome Games. Great designer, great thought process, and we're just really looking forward to getting that out.
Yeah. When Arcane Wonders first came out and did Mage Wars and continued to do Mage Wars, I was constantly wondering, what are they going to do next? Well, finally we found out the Sheriff of Nottingham, and now Onitama, and then Royals and City of Gear.
Yeah, we got a lot.
Yeah. I'm glad to see Arcane Wonders expanding their line and having great games to do it.
Thank you, thank you. Yeah, we're really looking forward to it. Sheriff's been a huge success, and we're hoping to follow that up with several other ones, and give players who want a lifestyle game like Mage Wars that kind of option, and players who want more casual games that option from the Dice Tower. So we're looking forward to it. And Tom's been a great partner. I mean, he's got a great eye for games. He knows what he likes, and well, so far so good. So we're very happy with it. So.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Appreciate it, guys. Thanks.